Conundrum with the sprinkler system or the water line is, one can see here the water's draining all the way out. The weird thing about it, have replaced the valve and already replaced the valve, but I cut the system off, and then I cut the house water off and the irrigation at the backflow preventer, but it's still leaking out of here. I don't know if it's an accumulation of water coming from somewhere and they've got plastic and it's draining through the rocks here, but as one can see here, the water is draining, and I'm kind of wondering if there's an underground spring here. So as you can see, it goes down the hill here and the water drains down, so the water is cut off, but yet the water continues to leak from here, and it's like a small, and then comes down through here by the curb, and so go over here to the backflow preventer or the swing check valve. I mean, not the swing check valve, the double check valve or the backflow preventer, and the system's off. So theoretically, I said, well, maybe the backflow preventer's not turning all the water off. So case in point, I turned the house water off. The house water's back on now, but I dug it out, turned the house water off. And although I turned the house water off and the irrigation water off, it's still draining. And it's very puzzling. It may be a city issue from the water, or it may be an underground spring, or it may be I don't know if it had been teed off before, or if there's plastic under here and it's gravity feeding. But as one can see, the water's continuously running. It's coming out from here, here, all the way in this area here, as one can see. And the water just continues to run, and the sprinkler system and the water is off. And it's a weird one. Now they got rocks here, but I was wondering if there was plastic under there, and I was wondering there was a sprinkler head there, a pop-up head, but eventually that pop-up head continued to stop. And I'm not sure if it's end up gravity feeding, and eventually if it's gravity fed, if it will stop at some point, but it just doesn't seem like the water is slowing up. So and I'm also wondering if somebody may have tied in behind the meter and run some kind of line up here, or if there was a meter here at one time, and then if there was a meter here at one time and then the meter was moved. So it's a conundrum. The water's off and it's still leaking, or I was just wondering, under the plastic, under these rocks, the topography of the ground's coming downhill, and I can see there's an element of plastic through the rocks right there. So I was just wondering, but the ground just doesn't look that wet here in order to give the amount of water that's flowing downhill. So, and it just doesn't seem like it's slowing up. It's just a slow, steady pace. Now there's a spike here. I'm not sure if something could have stabbed that spike, but have to get with the customer. I could dig these rocks out, but that's a major job. Keep digging and trying to find, and but it's a weird phenomenon when the water is turned off and it continues to run. And as one can see, it's gravity fed downhill. It continues to feed all the way to the lowest point. And very strange phenomenon. So if anybody's got any feedback, they can enlighten us through the comment section. I don't know if eventually it'll stop on its own. I don't know if the line is broken, but if the line is broken, the line should be on the other side of the cut off, or the irrigation system or the main water line, and neither the sprinkler system cut off. The sprinkler system cuts the sprinkler system off, but neither the sprinkler system cut that off, nor it cut the sprinkler system off, but it did not stop this out by the road. And I cut the main water line off thinking, well, maybe somebody put a T in behind the thing, or maybe the backflow preventer's bad and it's cutting off, but it's not cutting all the way off. So now when I cut it off at 3 points and the water's cut off, it's a strange phenomenon. So anyway, thank you for watching. Have a great day.